Hey, all this and also we failed another run. And so that and this is episode 3, and I think we what's the highest thing we've done though? I think it might be 71%. That is the highest thing I've done. I've done 79% of generalist. Actually, let's try the evil baby out. So you gain a weapon slot when you level up instead of stats K. When you level up. So what, you want to gain level 24 as quickly as possible, that is the thing, right? And we start with more harvesting and item prices are also cheaper. The only thing that is negative is the XP required when level up, okay? So if you want every weapon to be different, what would be the best thing? Always get when hitting burning targets, that's the spoon effect. We cannot start with Thief Dagger, that's a bit bad. But since we're doing a burning build, I think we need to start with the wand. Okay. So ideally we gain levels as quickly as we can here, although we need a lot of experience to level up under 30, so it's a little bit more than double the XP compared to what's required normally. Reroll. Coupon, 3 stain, 1 hit. Reroll. Scar. Reroll. Alien worm. Reroll. That's not the best though. I don't know why didn't the one show up there. That seems weird because it's a starting weapon. That's usually what should have the highest chance to appear, right? I don't know what's up with that though. Okay, we already got the Lumberjack shirt. I need to remember that. So if we see a tree, we should go for it. We should go for it. So this is gonna be episode 3, right? Yeah. Because previous was episode 2. Ooh, one weapon slot. Nice. So Alien Worm, Cloud 3. Reroll. There's the wand. No. Yes. And then shuriken. Yeah, that's the other weapon. So hopefully we can get enough materials to get both. So that would mean that the one will be the next level. Basically, we want every weapon to be different. In my opinion, is what we should be going for. That every weapon is different and stuff that, so that the jelly will be strong once we find it. Because then the jelly can be a huge, like, health upgrade. Like, it can get absolutely insane after a while. Is what will happen. One weapon slot. So that and that, yes. So we combine that. We get the gecko, we lock the scar, we reroll. Another shuriken. Another bomb. Nice. Good. So I want every weapon to be different and stuff that, so yeah, so you know, of course we can still use, you know, for combining purposes and stuff that, but yeah, now ideally of course we look for more of the flame weapons like early and stuff that, you know, that we find like we find the torch for example, that we find like the taser and stuff that, you know, that will be the best probably. There's a crate also. Grab the shot is nice. Get that, get wand. Get scar. Combine these. Nice. Eventually, of course, once you have enough weapons, like things kind of snowball. And stuff that, especially depending on what weapons we get, and stuff that, you know. The quicker we get level 24 the better, which is why like XP increasing items would be absolutely insane. You know, And this also means that the effects of our weapon is very, very useful for us as well and stuff that, because, you know, we can have a lot more like weapon effects at once. But I forgot if we can, like, can we then be affected by like a lot of sets at once? Yes, go on to the question as well. Oh, there's the sneak. Revolver. No, none of those. Thief dagger though? Yes. We want the bag, and we want the turret. Yes. There's 5 weapons at level 4 because of what the level that you start at in this and stuff that's so yeah. Now the question is what happens after level 24, because there is still a maximum of weapon slots you can have. Do you gain like stat upgrades after that? Because the maximum amount of weapon slots we can have is 24 and stuff that, you know. Or maybe they made it so that getting 24 will be very late, maybe, I don't know. Okay, scar is good. Yes, bag, turret, SME, revolver nice, not a thief stagger though. There's the fireball. And there's the blue bond, and there's that. Okay. I think it's looking pretty crazy. What's the... It's 7 minutes 10 seconds. Yeah, this is become eventually very insane and stuff that, you know, depending on how many different weapons you get, of course, obviously. We have quite a few items already. But that's of course because you start with minus 20% item price, which is the common, it's like what, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah, so it would be like starting with 4 coupons. And they also stack with coupons. Now the best thing would be of course if we can curse coupons. If we can find that was very annoying there, because we got like pushed into a corner there, which is not great. Not gonna lie, that was not great at all. Yeah, so we're still not super powerful yet, which is a bit of an issue here. I can't believe it is this much harder at that difficulty there. I think we can find a better weapon to start with, actually. I mean, I know certain weapons that are good. I mean, this would eventually get absolutely insane. Nah. Because this build might actually work. Right, so I wonder, I'm curious, because Baby Echo Scar, roll. Jelly, Lock Baby Gecko, roll. Bench. So 2 baby geckos already, and we can get 4. And if we get all 4, that would be the same as getting a certain legendary. Except I believe the legendary, right, is technically better, because the gecko doesn't work on certain things, if I remember correctly. Wow. Early chest. The speed, nice. Range. Baby Gecko. I would love elemental damage though, but it's not unique. Nope. Snake. Yes. Not a wrench. The fact that the branches gives you more turrets and stuff like that, and of course the other branches, of course, depending on the quality, changes what the turrets is that spawns. Meaning we can get some very, very powerful turrets later on and stuff like that, which will be crazy, of course, once we start combining branches. But the goal is just to have as many branches as possible first. But we should just... Yes, I want that actually. Yeah, very good. Because the chance to get a blue wrench would be really good as well here. This could actually become eventually very, very insane. So then I know the yellow won't be that good later on and stuff like that, but once we have found enough turrets on our own, then we can get rid of the wrenches basically. Stuff that so we use wrenches first, and then we move away from the wrenches once we have enough turrets on our own that doesn't spawn from the wrenches. Stuff that which will be good, so the turrets will carry us. Yeah, and get that first, get the wrench penguin. Luck actually. Right. We have 2 blue ones. And then we get 2 flame turrets. Because the flame turret is the blue turret. Is it the purple one that spawns the laser turret? So there is no legendary turret technically right then. I thought the legendary turret was the laser one. If I'm mistaken then. No, it's explosive turret is the purple one. It's the explosive one. Weapon slot, scale sausage. Baby Gecko, bomb dice. Warp, although Black Belt lock, Blood Leech lock, and a wrench lock. Nice. Or maybe the goal is just to stay at blue turrets, because the turrets do have the flame effect, and I believe that they will get affected by Snake with the burning and with the sky sausage effect as well. So maybe all we want is blue wrenches, so that as many blue wrenches as possible as quickly as possible. But because then you can have more flame turrets. More flame turrets mean more fire, almost of that, you know. And then basically we want to eventually, once we have 24 wrenches, since they are since you know they respawn the 5 turret, you know, it is still a 5 build then. What does it show here? Yeah, and it scales 30. That scales 80% via engineering, that only scales 33, but that of course gains more damage since that's just because it's 8 times 7. A slot, blue wrench, star, black belt, respawn, combine, so we have more blues, another wrench, another scar. So we have a 65% XP gain. Very nice. 65% XP gain, yes. And this is gonna get good, man. This is gonna get really good with the fire here. Because the fire will be able to eventually melt bosses. We do have very, very low health. I need to remember that. More health is not good at all. Health is very dangerous. Yes. Get them on the boss turrets, please. Yes. Okay, we killed some of the bosses. Oh, it's easy to survive. Yeah. That was very scary actually there. Now recycle that weapon slot. That blood leech, fresh meat, and then we combine these. Baby gecko, another branch. Yeah. So we have 6 out of 8 weapons. Oh, damn, they do so much damage if they hit you. It's not ideal. We're a bit behind though in levels, kinda. You're only matching the way, which is not good. It's not ideal at all. And yeah, the fact that the turret has limited range is a bit of an issue. Especially with some shardy boys. Shardy boys aren't nice. We do have flamey turrets. The flamey turrets are actually pretty decent now. Not gonna lie, the flamey turrets are saving us. You stay close to my flamey turrets, they keep me safe. Very nice. Ooh. Double gentle alien, yes. Campfire, yes. Ethereal Ghost, actually I have no idea how insane that is. Because that's 1% damage for every 11 enemies you kill. Actually, I didn't think about the ghost weapons actually at all. How insane they could get because of the stat stacking. And since there are quite a lot of ghost weapons, there are like a lot of them actually. The main problem is that the site doesn't give you... I mean, technically they do give you stats, but it gives stats to the weapon itself and not to the character. If I remember correctly, how many weapons? Okay, 7 out of 10. So that's pretty decent. We are reaching the point now where where you know the turrets amounts are getting very, very good. Okay, so 2 minutes again, max health. Oh, it's very good. So another one of those car, coffee, reroll. Another one of those ugly tool, cake, harvesting, cool stacks, yes. Bench. Another scar we could get. Block both doors. Very nice. And we combine these two. Now we start combining. I don't care about the fire thing anymore here. Here we go. We have a bunch of purple ones. Because that will give us... Yeah, that's the lazy one. It's the legendary one, that's the rocket launcher. Yeah, sure, now we have way less weapons and stuff there, but you know... So yeah, so 1% damage there for 16 enemies, and this is 11. Just because of it being cursed, which is absolutely insane. I'm not gonna say we are only gonna go for Ghost Axes because there are the Ghost Scepters, of course. This the Scepter, it's the axe, it's the knife or shield or something. But one of them is HP, which is the projectile weapon. Because of that, which can increase our max health, which means that we can scale our max health. Which is really the weakness right now of the character. The max health is not very good at all. Max health is actually at a very bad state. I think we got this down. Yes, we do. Nice. Official weapon slot, hunting trophy, baby elephant, scar. Reroll. Blue wrench, good. Yerk, get that out of the way. Combine these. Locked eye surgery. Reroll. Yes. And yeah. Stat gain 2, so we have gained 4% damage from that. One thing that is also very good about the wrenches, by the way, is that if you get cursed wrenches, for example, let's say we cursed wrenches, for example, then the turrets actually that it spawns becomes cursed, which makes this actually doubly effective in my opinion and stuff that like it's very crazy to have like cursed turrets and stuff that that's like very powerful. Yeah, we need to be a bit careful here. Is this a swarm wave? No. Kinda acting like a swarm wave, but I think that's because we took double aliens, so maybe that was the previous wave. But there are still more enemies, I think, than normal. Okay. Weapon slot. Oh, very nice coast. Black belt, more tree spawn. Okay, lock the grenade launcher. There's the pocket factory. Ghost axe. I mean, the pocket factory, if we can get to that would be insane. We're gonna die. That boss is absolutely lethal whenever we like encounter it. What is that even called? It's not the butcher. It's this one, mother. Yeah. Away from themselves, yeah. And then it just deals, like it says that the damage is on 1 damage per wave, but yeah. This is insane. Can we do one more run? Yeah, probably. Alright, but you can't start with the ghost weapons here. Sadly. Let's stop with the gun then instead. But the goal is to look for the ghost weapons. It's going to be our goal basically. We look for the ghost weapons, specifically the ghost scepter, and hope we get the ghost scepter early. Reroll. Trees, reroll. Ghost flint is nice enough. Lock coupon. Good. This is attack speed. The flint is attack speed. Yes. Now at first I will try and use different ones. I think, or maybe we will try to go for the same ones. And I think this should make it higher chance that we get the thing. Die now immediately though. Scepter, Ghost Axe. Not the Ghost Axe actually. Ghost Scepter. Yeah. So Ghost Scepter, 1 max SP for every 20 enemies killed, which is of course insane. Because yes, if we can combine Ghost Scepters, that would also be very nice. So we gain, we need way less kills for the effect. And also this means that attack speed will be very powerful for us as well. Yeah, but early on we are not going to combine the Ghost Scepters, we are actually just going to get more of them. Ghost Scepter, back at that. We roll, there's the jelly. Take the cake. Nice. Actually, let's combine. So now it's every 18. Yeah. Because I think there are 3 different ghost weapons that we want. We won't have that, of course, and we won't have the axe as well. Stuff that, yeah. Okay. The salt water is very good. Ghost axe, jelly, ghost flint, ghost scepter, ghost flint and lock snake. Nice. Right. I didn't really think about how I'm pretty certain where I've said that previously in a run with this character before that the stat increase in weapons are absolutely insane because of what you can get with them and stuff that, right? But you know, you need of course to get the quality of them up quickly and stuff that, or find a lot of attack speed items. Like, what is it, Reformation Hoodie, I think it is, that is the attack speed one. Okay, slot, Ghost Flint, Ghost Scepter, Ghost Axe, which will combine, and then combine this. Get that, no. Ghost Scepter, blue, purple, reroll. Not anymore, I think, even though that decreases the HP from consumables. Can you see that somewhere, the HP from consumables? The consumables heal -1. So does consumable not do anything then? Probably. How much is the clock? 25:14. Good. I mean, these cursed weapons will eventually start popping off. This is just a very big difference there. But once it becomes the legendary tier, which is the next tier, then you know it becomes a lot better and stuff like that. Yeah. Because also a lot of attack speed will be good. We have 15% attack speed total, which is pretty decent. But yeah, but I'm pretty certain also that you can get the fruit basket item, or not the fruit basket, but the Halloween basket, the candy bucket. Because if you get the candy bucket gives you random stats, like, I forgot if it's when you level up or whatever it is, because that could be a way to get stat on this character. Ghost Scepter, Healing Worm Scar. Snowball is unique. Oh wow, the plasma sledge. Oh wow, that has a lot of elemental scaling because it is an elemental weapon and it explodes on hit. Yeah, we want that actually. Okay, so how much? We've gotten 6 stat gain from the Ghost Scepter there. 3 from that, 3 from that. Now yes, if every single weapon was used like Ghost Scepter, then that, yes, that would be better, but then the yellow would be worse. And stuff that. Of course, you might say that, oh, you just go for one Ghost Scepter, one of each of the weapons, but use that ice quality. Yeah, sure, we could do that, one stuff that, that might be enough for the stats, but we will see if that will be enough. Not. It's not right now. Because we are very, very soon getting to a big, power spike, I feel like, It's a bit scary. Recycle, stacks. Penguin. Reroll. Scar. Lemonade. Roll. Another gold stacks. Lifesteal. Now the Skepta become extra important. I'm actually gonna kill these sharding guys as quickly as possible here so they don't cause a nuisance. I can just kill them, and stuff that. LOL. I mean, sometimes going for the sharding dudes aren't easy, of course, obviously. Because if there's too many sharding dudes close to each other, then that can multiply enemies can hit you at once. Nice, wow, nice. The support is also unique, by the way. Okay, combine this. Combine this. Yes. Okay, we have not less weapons now, but now this is purple here. Which is one the damage, and this of course attack speed. I mean, if we can get enough weapons from this, by the way, or enough stats from this, then that's just gonna make the character eventually safe. And I know there are runs where you only run with the Ghost Scepter and you just ignore all the other ghost weapons. Because it's an interesting strat as well, but I feel like this is better. So that. Yeah, we're one level behind from compared to the wave with Brotato, by the way, keep that in mind. Okay, weapon slot. Plasma slates, spicy, pocket factory, housing, tentacle, yes. Plasma sledge will be very, very important here, so we can carry 10 weapons now. So yeah. Of course, one thing could be insane if we get our hands on a lot of different of the purple weapons. Like if we find a minigun, for example. What else is there? Yeah, there's a lot of purple weapons, the sniper gun, the nuclear launcher, and stuff like all of those would be insanely good if we could get. because the purple weapons do have a lot of power. Certain purple ones I prefer over the legendary ones just because the purple ones aren't as rare. Or depending on the lack of calls you have. This is our armor. -6 armor, which is absolutely crazy. Weapon slot. Garden. Tentacle. Speaking of purple, Snurple. 151 though. It's like a ghost flint. Purple flamethrower is interesting. Oh yeah, the flamethrower looks so nice now. Damn, that looks crazy. Oh. Yo, we found my flamethrower finally. Yo, let's go. Wow, we don't have scat sources actually. That's interesting. So what's our health from this? +5, yeah. I mean, maybe we could eventually just have one of each here. Like we have one flint, we have one ghost scepter, and we have one axe. That could entirely be possible. And of course, I do prefer getting like stone weapons and stuff like that, which is why it's very, very good to find purple weapons. What's a luck at? Luck is at 0 though, so that's pretty interesting. This is not a swarm wave, next wave is swarm wave though. Okay, this is looking pretty decent so far, so we are at 6 out of 11 weapons. Slot. Materials heal, no consumable heals what? So we'll heal -1, so we will get that. Dangerous bunny. Get any other flint, so I get ghost flint, bag, get that. Yes. Pearl. Yes. I mean, technically a flamethrower build would not be bad, but I don't think we're gonna get enough flamethrowers. I mean, I would really love to be proven wrong and use maximum flamethrowers, you know, and stuff like that, because that could work. If we get enough attack speed, of course, obviously. And you don't lose the stat, if I remember correctly, like stats that you build up via the ghost weapons, you don't lose them if you get rid of the ghost weapons, which is actually pretty insane. So you can use the ghost weapons to build up your stats, and then once your stats are good enough, you can just get other weapons and stuff like that, you know. So attack speed, 99%, which I mean the amount of attack speed upgrades we have is not that many, and stuff like that, so that is absolutely crazy. Of course, this is insane here for every living enemy, so we will attack faster the more overwhelmed we get. Which is, you know, insane. Well, 64 HP by the way, as well. This is insane. Are we at 39 minutes game? Oh man. 10% chance to get -1 max HP. But yeah. We can buy the ghost flint actually. And then we'll move this. We'll take this, we'll take the purple. Pin teacher, paper squid, reroll. Nuclear launcher. I mean, okay. I mean, I did not expect that to happen. You know, that's actually could still die, of course, obviously. We're not like at what maximum minus 4 armor. Because eventually, like, because the main problem is that the D's gives you minus armor from the ethereal weapons, which is not particularly good. It means we take a lot more damage. Almost dead. I don't know if we're actually healing from the materials or not. Maybe we are. Not 100% certain. We don't want the right. That was close. A slot. Nuclear launcher, ice cube, maybe elephant, penguin. And that's 10% enemy health though. Blood leech, campfire. Oh. Okay, so at 7 out of 14. But now we have the nuclear launcher. That guy is good as long as we can stay away from him though. I think he comes for us eventually once he mutates. I hope that's what he does, so that he just becomes stationary. I forgot the effect. I thought we were really gonna die then. That was a crazy run. That was a crazy run, man. I mean, I'm still very, very happy with that. That was absolutely insane, really. All things considered, like getting plasma sleds, getting flamethrowers, especially the fact that it was an epic flamethrower, the first one, and then and then the fact that a nuclear launcher is insane. Let's just take a look at some of the things here. Codex now. So yeah. I mean, it won't show up stuff, even if we've taken them before and stuff else, yeah. Because this is murder, of course, this is the medical leaf thing, this is the Greek fire, this is the giant's belt, that's the mask thing. There's the nuclear launcher, there's the minigun, there's the sniper gun, there's the flamethrower thing, there's the... It's not the rocket launcher because that's the rocket launcher. What other launcher is there? Is that the Gatling? I think there is a Gatling, right? It's the laser Gatling. That's the minigun. This is... I mean, both of these look like a type of Gatling gun. I think that's another launcher of some kind. Not the potato one. The potato one is... I mean, it's... Nah. None of these look like the potato thing. Yeah, the potato thing is here, yeah. That's the regular sword, though. I think we have time to do one more run. Oh. We're just lucky. Yeah, so 100 luck modifications are increased. And here is the chance to deal random, and that's affected by luck as well. And we have 6% minus attack speed and minus 50 XP gain. We have a weapon scale with luck. I don't think a single weapon does. Ooh, that's actually scaling with movement speed. That is via luck though. Flux is also via luck. Yeah, loot. So that's 10%, that's 10%, okay. Let's do a lucky run. There is one enemy there further away exploding there. That's a trigger thing. Which is 75% chance for an enemy when you pick up material, so you know it can trigger for material. So of course, Thieves Dagger, I forgot if that triggers it twice, if you get Thieves Daggers or not. Another loot. Pick up range. Now, so about what I'm thinking about is we go with loot first, but then if we find Thieves Dagger, we go with the Thieves Dagger, because Thieves Dagger will of course drop more materials. So anything that increases black materials drop or chance for materials to drop or whatever will be very, very powerful, because I believe Black the Fruit will trigger as well. Like actually. Oh man, actually let's lock the salt water actually. Potato throw it out. Oh. The salt water is of course a unique that would be nice to have out of the way. Did the salt water have a negative to it or not? Because there are of course some items that do have negative, or like a lot of items have negatives of course, obviously, but yeah. That's great. You can of course get really lucky in the crate. Ooh, that's actually very good. 5 luck. Gecko, loot, whistle, roll. Now we're gonna skip out on the alien worm, actually lock the loot though. So we have 143 luck. Yes. So the goal is of course eventually of course also to stake like insanely good weapons with the luck that we get, or just get insanely good items. But this also means of course that due to the way luck works, luck will be very important, and yes, getting more attack speed will be more important as well. And yes, luck modifications is increased also by 25%, so you know, all items that give luck will be even better and stuff that, meaning even if they have a negative effect, we just need to think about the negative effect. And this also means of course that crates I think will be more common for us. Reroll, yes, damage, loot, salt water, reroll, fruit basket lock, another loot, acid, nice. Ugh. Now the thing is of course that it might just be better to look for certain like weapons or whatever. I mean, technically making the goblin into the stronger version maybe is better, I don't know. I don't know technically what shame is about the goblin when it mutates, if that counts as a hidden enemy. I know there's technically an item in this, or not in this, but in Megabonk apparently there exists like a golden ring or whatever it is. It is a useless item. It doesn't do anything, you know. Elemental damage. Loot, fruit basket, stagger. Okay. Combine. Combine. Lock the loot, lock the ice cube, and pick up alien tongue. Okay, so we have that one thief stagger now. So thief stagger, yeah, killing enemy with critical hits. So we need crit chance. Crit chance can become very important with this, of course, obviously. It has higher crit, I think, than normal. Like it has 23% chance to crit, and having more of them will give us more crit chance. So that won't be bad. Now theoretically also the more materials we get, right? Like I don't know when it doubles if that means that that bar character effect triggers twice. It is a chance though. It needs a 75% chance, so it's very high chance that it will trigger. I don't think it triggers from like getting fruit or whatever, but yeah. Yeah, I'm getting fruit. So what's our consumable here? Consumable is 0, so that's not good. There are of course ways to make the consumables heal for more. Recycle. 1 ending for every permanent elemental damage you have. 4% damage. Loot. Ice cube. Reroll. Yeah. Get that as well. So we combine these. Combine these. Boom. Now we have a red one. The red one, enemies each take 10% more damage for 3 seconds. Yeah. And this gives a lot with luck, and that will give us more harvesting and more luck actually from musical. Oh, so that's not bad. That's very important to remember actually. Oh. Things can get very powerful very quickly if we are lucky enough here, you know, most of that, you know. And since luck is this whole character's thing, you know, once of that getting luck, you know, stuff that is very important. Oh yes, of course, if we get more Thieves Dagger, I will take more Thieves Dagger, of course. But we're not guaranteed to get Thieves Daggers, of course. Nice. Experidian. Luck. That. Zero life steal, consumables heal 0. Yeah. Also, the HP regen did nothing really. And stuff that was pretty bad. So how do we get back health? Don't know. I mean, it's good, of course. Consumables some chance to explode. Because the spicy sauce is insanely good with fruit basket. Although it's 3% less HP regens, we need to get the items that makes the consumable healing better. So that becomes very important that we get a lot of soon. Because the fruit basket can of course be good, but we need to get the correct items with it for it to be good. Oh, blast! Please leave. Why don't you show you where you're planning to charge? I think it's depending on where you are currently when they like glow red like that. Ooh, attack speed. Mirror. We'd have to take that, but we can't. Lock this. Lock the nail. Yeah, the amount of weapons we have is not good right now. We're wave 9. Yeah, this could get bad. So wave 12 would be the first problematic wave. I mean, the problem is that we don't have that many weapons. It's a real issue. I feel like the consumables actually heal us now. Maybe it's a reason the default from the consumable healing, and maybe that's just the default healing there from the consumables. Yeah, the consumables heal us. Yeah, consumables definitely heal us. And the consumables also seem to explode. Yeah, they do. And that's also why the alien tongue is important, because the alien tongue increases the pickup range. Although, I mean, imagine, right, if we get a thing that just sucks up all the materials, then we get like insane burst damage, and then if we have enough attack speed so we kill enemies quickly enough, then that will be the perfect metal damage. Double fish hook. Nail. Okay, that's nice. Reroll. Yo. Double elephants. Look that up. Reroll. Good. Reroll. Okay, nice. Okay, now we're cooking. 193 luck. We're at wave 10. Right, so we have like double elephants now, right? Yeah, double baby elephants. Double fish hook as well. A 24% chance to heal, and that is also via luck. The damage from that. A random enemy, that is basically the character effect, but the character doesn't start with the baby elephant, so the baby elephant doesn't have a maximum thing, so it basically is our effect, but weaker, because this 34 damage. Oh, actually it is 56, but it has a lower chance. It only has 35% chance. This has 75% chance, so you know. But lots of baby elephants, not like very powerful on this. This means, of course, if we eventually get strong enough so we can like spawn more enemies, right? Then we want to spawn a lot more enemies, because spawning a lot more enemies means that we can deal a lot more damage. And if you get what I mean, right? That was very close. Nice, roll that, luck, attack speed, damage, loot, it's really not attack speed, blue thief tag, attack speed, structures can crit, mind that, yes. Okay, well, right, yes, we don't have any structures yet, but once we get the item, that means that trees spawn black turrets when they die. That's going to be good, like the pocket factory. Once we come across that, that's going to be insanely powerful, because of how the character works.